Section 10-9 is on dividing polynomials. Now, there are two cases that you got to be aware of. The first one is dividing by a monomial, a single term. So here, take this example. 6x squared plus 3x minus 2 divided by 3. We're dividing by a single term. So technically, each of the terms here can be divided by 3. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to separate them. 6x squared over 3 plus 3x over 3 minus 2 over 3. Yeah, so we're dividing each of the terms by 3. Now we just simplify each of them like fractions. This would be 2x to the second. This would be x. We can't simplify that, so it's just negative 2/3. And that's it. We divided everything by 3. This is what we're looking for. Here, let's try another one. 2x to the third plus 6x to the second plus 4x divided by 2x. Same idea. This is one whole term. We are going to divide each of the terms in the numerator by 2x. We're not going to do any factoring. So this whole section for 10-9, do not think of factoring. We are doing division. So each term is going to be divided by 2x. And then we simplify the fraction. This would be x to the second. The 2's cancel, one of the x's cancel. That would be 3x plus 2. And that's it. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, we can factor, you're right. We could factor this and get 2 sets of parentheses, but that's not what we're looking for. We just want to be able to divide by a single monomial. A monomial. That was redundant. Okay, we'll try one more. Here. 4x to the fourth plus 12x to the second plus 8x divided by 4x. Okay, so since we're dividing by a single term, 4x, we're going to divide each term separately by 4x. So 4x to the fourth divided by 4x plus 12x to the second divided by 4x plus 8x over 4x. Oh, sorry. Now we simplify each fraction. The 4's cancel. This would be x to the third. That would be 3x. The x's cancel. This would be 2. Okay, so that is the first case you got to be concerned with. Dividing by a single term, but by a monomial. Now we're going to look at the second case. Dividing by a binomial. Okay, you're going to have to do long division for this. Okay, wait, let me show you the example. You're going to see x squared plus 5x plus 6. That polynomial divided by x plus 2. Okay, so it's not quite the same. There are 2 terms here involved. You cannot separate them. It's not going to simplify because you have 2 terms. So we're going to have to do long division. Okay, let me show you an example. Something that you're more familiar with. 156 divided by 22. No, 12. 12. Okay, now, here's how we do this. Something times 12. We need, how many 12s are there in 15? 1. We're going to ignore the 6 for now. 1 times 12 is 12. We're going to subtract. That'll give me 3. I'm going to drop the 6. Something times 12 is 36, or close to it. 3. 3 times 12 is 36. I'm going to subtract, and that's it. This is what we're looking for. Okay, so we're going to do that again, but with the polynomial. X squared plus 5x plus 6 divided by x plus 2. Okay, the idea is the same. Ignore these terms. You can even ignore the 2 for now. Something times x will give me x squared. X. This x multiplies to both of them, kind of like this. This 1 multiplies to both the 1 and the 2. X times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. Now, like here, we're going to subtract. In a sense, that's like changing the sign. So this becomes minus. This becomes minus. So if I change the sign, this will cancel. This will give me 3x. And I drop the 6. And then we do it again. Something times x is 3x. A positive 3. We're going to multiply that positive 3 to both terms. 3x plus 6. We're going to subtract. That means we're going to change the sign. This becomes minus. This becomes minus. That cancels, and that's it. This is what we're looking for. Same idea. Let's try it again. Here. X to the 4th plus x to the 2nd plus 1 divided by x plus 1. Okay. X to the 4th plus x to the 2nd plus 1 divided by x plus 1. Okay. Something times x will give me x to the 4th. We can ignore the rest. X to the 3rd. The x to the 3rd multiplies to both terms. So x to the 3rd times x is x to the 4th. X to the 3rd times 1 is x to the 3rd. We're going to subtract. So the signs change. This becomes minus. This becomes minus. If we add straight down, that cancels. Nothing cancels this, so it's just negative x to the 3rd. I'm going to drop the plus x to the 2nd, and then we'll do it again. Something times x is negative x to the 3rd. Negative x to the 2nd. Negative x to the 2nd times x is negative x to the 3rd. Negative x to the 2nd times 1 is negative x to the 2nd. We're going to subtract. That means the signs change. This becomes plus. This becomes plus. If I add straight down, that cancels. This is actually 2x to the 2nd. And then we drop the 1. Okay. Something times x is 2x to the 2nd. Positive 2x. So 2x times x is 2x to the 2nd. 2x times 1 is 2x. We need to subtract. That means the signs change. This becomes minus. That becomes minus. If we add straight down, that cancels. This is a negative 2x. You cannot combine them. I'll drop the plus 1 again. Okay. Something times x is negative 2x. A negative 2. The negative 2 multiplies to both terms. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. We're going to subtract. That means the signs change. This becomes plus and that becomes plus. If I add straight down, that cancels. I'm left with a remainder of 3. So plus 3 over x plus 1. And that would be our answer. Okay, now, if this part here was confusing, let's look at an example here. 13 divided by 5. Two times 5 is 10. We need to subtract. That means the signs change. That's a 3. There's nothing left to drop down. So 2 and 3/5. That would be our answer. So the idea is the same. This is your remainder. That's what you're dividing by. That makes up the fraction. So same here. This is your remainder. This is what you're dividing by. That's the fraction. Let's try another. Let's throw a minus sign in this. Here. 5x to the second minus 2x minus 3 divided by x minus 1. Okay, so binomial again, we're going to have to do the long division. Okay, something times x is 5x to the second. 5x. 5x we multiply to both terms. So 5x times x is 5x to the second. 5x times negative 1 is a negative 5x. We need to subtract. That means the signs change. This becomes a minus, this becomes a plus. If I add straight down, that cancels. This will give me 3x. Drop the minus 3. Okay, we do it again. Something times x is 3x. A positive 3. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. If I subtract, that means the signs change. This becomes minus, this becomes plus. If I add straight down, that cancels, that cancels. There's no remainder. This is what we're looking for. And again, we're not doing any factoring. Yeah. If you look at that previous one, for sure we couldn't factor because there was a remainder. Yeah. So don't consider any factoring here. We are going to do long division. Whenever you're dividing by a binomial, just do the long division. Let's just try one more. X squared plus 2x minus 9 divided by x minus 2. Okay, so if you're tempted to factor, this is not factorable. So we have to do the long division. Something times x is x to the second. X times x is x to the second. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. We're going to subtract. That means the signs change. This becomes minus, this becomes plus. If I add straight down in the column, this cancels. This gives me 4x, and then I can drop the negative 9. We do it again. Something times x is 4x, a positive 4. 4 multiplies to both terms. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. I need to subtract. This becomes minus, this becomes plus. If I add straight down, that cancels. This is a negative 1. So we have a remainder. Minus 1 over x minus 2. This right here is our solution. Okay. Hope that helps. We'll see you in the next one.